Você nunca imaginou o terror que é possível sentir a partir de um sorriso. A continuação do sucesso de 2022 está chegando nos cinemas. A Maldição do Sorriso tá de volta e mais assustadora do que nunca.
Eu fico vendo o rosto dele em todo lugar.
E ela está apenas começando.
Você presenciou uma morte? Agora ela tá presa a você.
Sorria 2, hoje nos cinemas. Garanta já o seu ingresso. Verifique a classificação indicativa.
Interrompemos esse podcast para perguntar: quem você quer ser?
Designer,
Engenheira, pedagoga,
administrador.
Quer saber? O Senac EAD é nota máxima no MEC. Tem cursos de diversas áreas, com conteúdo elaborado por especialistas do mercado e professores mestres e doutores. Ainda tem o Senac Carreiras, conectando estudantes a vagas de emprego em todo o país. Saiba mais em ead.senac.br/graduação.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on the internet wrestling community. Because here's the thing, and it's funny how they get classified as that. They don't get classified as just being in the wrestling community. No, there is a name for those that be on the internet wanting to criticize every single wrestler that steps foot into the ring. And here's my thing, you know, as I grow older, I have more of a respect for the wrestling business and for wrestlers. Because my thing is this, it takes a lot of guts for somebody that does it. The thing is this, I feel that at some point in time in your life, being a wrestler, out of the question. You know, you might have like some people where it's like, yeah, I've been a wrestling fan ever since I could remember, and they just decide to turn it into a career. But I feel like that there are at times where there are people where they really don't know what they're going to do with their life. They come across wrestling or they remember wrestling and they're like, you know what? Wrestling looks fun. Wrestling looks like something that I would be good at. Let me get into wrestling. It's just a last minute decision. They just, one day they wake up and they're at a wrestling school and they're watching tapes of old wrestling matches, watching tapes of new wrestling matches, doing any and everything possible to become a wrestler. Then fast forward in their career, they finally get their big break. They make it to either WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm trying to think of some other popular wrestling shows. You know, they make it somewhere. And to me, I'm like, fam, when you get to that point, when you're on TV, I look at it like this. You're either good at being a wrestler, or you're good on the mic, or you are good at being a coach. But here's the thing. You don't make a name for yourself in the wrestling business and you're not good. You have to be good at something. So, and you know, when I look at guys, because I know people will probably be all like, well, what about guys like Ryback? Like, what would he overall be good at? At one point in time, Ryback was an interesting wrestler. Currently, right now, I cannot say that, because that man done said some things, and he done did some things that I personally do not agree with. So, therefore, when we're talking on, yes, when he was actively wrestling, and who knows, maybe he might be still actively wrestling, I'm just not seeing it, you know. But the thing is this, though. You can't take away what that man had did at one point in time in his life. And yeah, there was probably a lot of toxic things that he overall did. But at the same time, he made a name for himself. You know, he had some matches on WWE. You make it that far, you did something, all right? You did something right. You looked right. You did something, okay? But it just trips me out, though, where it is a wrestler. It's somebody that's not in that same category as Ryback, that where he is currently right now. Somebody that's like actively wrestling. Like, there's the one girl, what's her name? Hold on for a second. I just want to make sure that I'm saying her name right. So, no, wait a minute. Okay, let me actually. Dang, man, I am not good at names. And they were just talking about her match this past Tuesday on NXT. Maybe I could like WWE or NXT results. And like they hopefully they have like the results of this past NXT 15. Okay. So, Nikita Lyons. Okay, I was like, I just wanted to make sure that I said her name correctly. But anyways, no, people are getting on her for her past match on this Tuesday. But it's like, you gotta look at the environment that she's in, and then you gotta also remember the woman just came back from an injury. You're criticizing her on her like first I think this was her first match back. And I'm like, fam, like the crazy thing was, at one point in time, people had nothing but nice things to say about her. All of a sudden, she has this injury. She comes back, and people want to criticize her, talking about, oh, she moving like TNA Kevin Nash, or she's moving like Undertaker towards the end of his career. Fam, the woman just came off of an injury. And they talk about, oh, her knees are cooked, this and that. And it's like, so they're probably, you know, and that's the thing. And that's why I feel like where that, just toxicness, where it comes from. They look at when other wrestlers, when they come back and they, put on some 5-star match, but it's like, fam, she's not them. Let me just see when exactly she came back she came into the business. So she's been wrestling since 2018. I'm trying to think, you know what? Seth Rollins. Let's see how long he's been wrestling. And I know people will probably be all like, oh, well, using Seth Rollins as an example, that's not a good example because he, you know, they'll come up with something. But no, Seth Rollins, all right, 38 years old. He started wrestling in 2004. I feel like his body is used to, okay, I gotta get back in that mindset of training if I have like some crazy catastrophic injury or something like that. And he did, but he needed more time. Maybe that might be the situation with Nikita Lyons, but the thing is this though, she came back into the ring. I feel like when you go into the wrestling ring, anything can happen. You can just jump outside the ring, twist your ankle, pop something in your knee, tear ACL. I have seen throughout my years of being a wrestling fan, I have seen some of the most craziest injuries of all time. Of all time, bro. Or just at least if I hadn't seen it right then and there, I had heard that they got one of the craziest injuries of all time. So my thing is this. If I find myself criticizing, and I guess like that's, and even if they do mess up, that's one thing about it. People mess up. It ain't no different than somebody, I guess, that specializes in flipping burgers, but they drop like a stack of burgers at McDonald's, you know, or they drop at least one burger. I look at it like that. I look at exactly at how I was when I was working at that cafe in Seattle. I had training. They taught me everything that I needed to know, but I was still making mistakes. I might charge a customer less on the cash or on the credit card machine. There's at times when I was charging them more. They go and get $1 of $1.10 worth of coffee. There would be at times where I would charge them just the $1. I would charge them the 10 cents. Might accidentally press too many zeros. I didn't charge them $10. Now I gotta be like, hey, I overcharged you. I'm gonna have to get that card back so I can, you know, refund you your money and things, because that's too much. Nah, I ain't gonna charge you no $10 worth of coffee. This ain't no Starbucks, all right? But it ain't no different, bro. And I worked at that place nonstop for 4 years straight, and I was making mistakes. That's the thing, though. It is okay as long as you correct the mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes. I am not going to put somebody down for making a mistake. And there would be at times, yeah, where it was like my coworkers at that job, they would make mistakes, but it's not like it's going to be like career-threatening mistakes. So what if she ain't moving all that fast? But because I just feel like it's with stuff like that. It's with even talking on Seth Rollins, because I know people are going to probably be like, oh, you a Nikita Lyons fan. I don't even know her. I ain't following her on social media. I'm just seeing all these different people talking about her on social media, and I'm like, bruh, chill. It's like the woman just got into wrestling in 2018. You know, her body might not be used to this like wrestling activity, and then on top of that, you're getting injuries too. Yeah, it's like that's what goes with the wrestling business, you know? But anyways, no, even talking about Seth Rollins, I even remember people in the wrestling internet wrestling community, let me correct myself, not wrestling community, internet wrestling community, the IWC, what some people like to call them. But no, they had even got on, hold on for a second, I gotta take my hoodie off because it's getting a little bit on the warm side. But no, I remember when they were getting on Seth Rollins, mentioning him, they got on him because he didn't fall on pure concrete. They seen, so I guess there was, what match was it where he had fell on a mattress? Because I think it was some like no disqualification type match. and somebody had recorded him when he fell on the mattress. But when you were watching it from home, yeah, they made it seem like that he fell on pure concrete. Now, to me, it was like watching that, I was underneath the impression. But the thing is this though, it's like I was underneath the impression that it's like, okay, if he fell on that concrete, it has to be some soft concrete. Ain't nobody gonna fall from a great height on some concrete and they gonna be okay to wrestle for the rest of the match. Like, no, you gonna be hurt unless Seth Rollins is like part Terminator or something. The thing is this though, I'm watching that match, okay? I'm entertained by what I am watching. But then you scroll through social media, then you got some people out there, they go and they show when he fell on the mattress, then he hurry up and rolled on the ground and was all like, oh, I fell on this concrete, my body hurts and things. The thing is this though, they can do stuff like that, and it wasn't no different than what they were doing in the Thunderdome. I remember so this was during the pandemic, when they would be doing stuff during the Thunderdome, they made it seem like that wrestlers were falling from like great heights just directly outside of the ring. I remember they did it with Montez Ford. They did it with Dominic Mysterio. Who are some other wrestlers that they did that with? Yeah, it's like they made it seem like that they fell from great heights, but really it's like they just fell on some mattress, cut, then they removed the mattress, and then had it where they fell, or made it look like that they fell directly on some concrete or something, some hard surface overall. But the thing is this though, I am entertained. Even with Seth Rollins, when he fell on the mattress and then he hurry up, rolled off, and then lay down on the concrete, it ain't no different than a movie. Do you think them dudes is really getting shot in a movie? No. What they do is rig a gun to make it look like it shot out a bullet. Then they have some blood package thing to shoot out of the person, and then they just gotta fall out and die. That is called acting. That is called a movie. Wrestling ain't this like reality that people try to paint it out to be. It is a form of entertainment, okay? But why are people trying to turn it into like some realistic entertainment? When you honestly sit down and think about this, right? Honestly though, sit down and think about what wrestling is. It is two people meeting up inside of some place. And I mean, I guess, yeah, you know, you think of things like UFC, boxing, and yeah, there'll probably be eventually at some point in time somebody's gonna come out with like something that's in the style of WWE, but it's boxing. And then you got UFC, where they're not doing like actual punches, but they're doing like fake punches on each other, and then but it's just like some over the top acting, you know. And I'm like, and the thing is this, if people are a fan of it, it is 100% okay. It is 100% okay, but you got two people that are most likely friends with each other in the wrestling business. If not, they're just really good professional wrestlers. Because my thing is this. Even talking back on Nikita Lyons and her match with Lola Vice. That's what I was even trying to think of her name, and I couldn't even think of her. Fam, I am not good with names. But anyways, they're either really good professionals to where it's like they still put on that match and they both went home. All right, they didn't get all unprofessional or any of that stuff, but it's either that or they're two friends that's living out their dreams. What's wrong with that? Honestly, though, what is wrong with that? Or any other wrestler that done step foot? Man, I'm telling you, I done heard so many, and I can really turn this into a series. So far, I'm just talking on Seth Rollins, Nikita Lyons, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're probably gonna say something about Lola Vice, and I'm trying to think of some other wrestlers. People gonna be out there saying things, because I just remember with Javon Evans, he had his match with Randy Orton, and he messed up on the move. I guarantee, and I promise you, people were criticizing him on that. The kid just signed with WWE. How old is Javon Evans? I think he's like 19 years old or something like that. Javon Evans. Let's see. Javon Evans. Dang, he was born in 2004. Dang. That's just crazy to me, man. It's like you see stuff like that and it's like, dang, I just remember 2004. What was I doing in 2000? Playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. He was just born. He was being born in this world. And yeah, meanwhile, I'm just somewhere in the United States just playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Christmas. He wasn't born around that time. I'm trying to think during the time frame of his birthday. I was like, yeah, I was in school. I was in elementary. And that's just crazy. But yeah, even with him, he's been wrestling since 2018. It ain't like and the thing is this, and even when it does get to that point in time later on in his career, and that was the point that I was trying to make with me working, although I have done numerous takes of this episode, I cannot remember if I said that, but yes, at my old job, I did make mistakes. And I worked there for years. So, and I'm like, and the thing was this, even when it was like the last full year I had worked at that place, yeah, I made mistakes. That's what, and even before COVID, I was making mistakes. That's something that I'm not afraid to admit. And I'm pretty sure, you know, Javon Evans, the mistake that he made where it's like he, messed up on the final move of the match is 100% okay. Because at the end of the day, the thing is this. He's still going to be him. He's still going to put on some good matches. And ain't nobody going to take that away from him. Unless he does something to jeopardize his career, that's on him. But other than that, he seems like he has the right head on his shoulders. And he seems like that he's going to have a long career. And my thing is this. Years down the road, when he's much more older and wiser in the career, guess what? He's still going to be making mistakes. So honestly, though, at the end of the day, is it really bad for a wrestler to make a mistake? No. I guess if it's a mistake that can injure or harm somebody, then okay. But if they're not moving as fast as they were at one point in time in the match, they accidentally, people like to use that word, botch a move. Whatever the situation is, fam, they are going to learn from it. They might not ever make that mistake again. It might be years down the road when they make that mistake again. Regardless, at the end of the day, if you are a wrestler, you know what? To them people that be wanting to criticize those wrestlers, you go out into the ring right now and you start wrestling. I'm like, just pick and choose any wrestler and just start wrestling with them. I guarantee, because I even just seen not too long ago, people were, with the new, he ain't really a new guy, but nah, he, hold on for a second, Ethan Page. Where I think that was, Ethan Page. There, people have been comparing him to The Miz, saying that, The Miz is, he wants to be Ethan Page, or he wishes he was somebody like Ethan Page. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, The Miz right now, back in the day, at any given point in time, to them people that be wanting to sit around and criticize these wrestlers, and they be putting on, to me, I ain't got nothing bad to say about The Miz at all. All right. It's like, because I look at it as like, he's one of those guys where he feels comfortable doing the moves that he does. He ain't injuring nobody. He ain't harming anybody. And I look at it as to me, he's a professional wrestler. He's good at what he's doing. He's good on the mic. He's making sure. I wonder if there's, hold on for a second. Let me see if I can ask ChatGPT. Has there ever been a time where the wrestler, The Miz, injured another wrestler? Let's just see what chat says. Yes, The Miz has had a long career in professional wrestling, and
Meu nome é Cairo Santos e eu sou o kicker e único brasileiro jogando na NFL. Cada chute, cada jarda conquistada, cada passo me levou para mais perto dos meus sonhos. Agora, a cada R$200 em compras com seu Visa cadastrado, você tem a chance de ficar mais perto do sonho de assistir ao Super Bowl 59. E usando o seu cartão de débito, você ainda concorre a prêmios diários de até R$1.000. Não importa o tamanho do seu sonho, dê o primeiro passo. Visa, apoiando seus passos aonde você quiser chegar.
Olha o contra-ataque aí, vem que vem o time avançando rápido pela linha de campo. Bola dominada no pé do camisa 10. Ele vai pra cima, passou pelo primeiro, passou pelo segundo. Invadiu a grande área, vai chutar. Bateu, é gol! Que golaço, minha gente!
A experiência de futebol mais autêntica já criada para os games. Junte-se no 5v5 Rush, a nova maneira de jogar com os amigos, e leve seu clube para a vitória. EA Sports FC 25. Dê tudo pelo clube. Já disponível.
Oh, I thought that was the John Cena. I thought it was... No, who was it that John Cena was wrestling and he broke his nose? Was that AJ Styles? And yeah, I'm like, AJ Styles. I'm like, I think... Wasn't that AJ or was it Seth Rollins? Who broke John Cena's nose? Why did I put noses? Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins is a professional. But the thing is this, though. He's still at the end of the day can out wrestle anybody that criticized them for that. But anyways, so ChatGPT said, yes, The Miz has had a long career in professional wrestling, and as with most wrestlers, there have been occasions where he may have been involved in incidents that led to injuries, though none appears to have been intentional or malicious. See, accidental. I'm like, that's one thing. I don't think The Miz has that type of I guess anger in him to where he is going to be out there purposely hurting somebody, unless they're purposely hurting him. But he doesn't come off as that guy where it's like, oh, I'm going to go out there and purposely hurt this guy because I feel like it. Like The Miz, he might come off as that guy where he's arrogant and all this other stuff. But the thing is this. People, again, have to remember that wrestling, it's an act. Not talking on the moves because these guys really be getting hurt. But no, how these guys are in the ring, like The Miz doesn't come off this arrogant, guy that's like, oh, I'm above everybody, I'm this and that, I'm the best in the world now. No, he just comes off as a guy that's really good at his job. But anyways, so they go on to say, so one notable instance occurred in 2012 when The Miz inadvertently caused an injury to R-Truth during a match on Monday Night Raw. Miz was supposed to catch R-Truth during a spot where R-Truth dove outside the ring, but Miz mistimed. I was like, wait, what is that word? Mistimed the catch, causing R-Truth to land awkwardly. This led to R-Truth suffering a leg injury. While this incident got attention at the time, it wasn't a career-threatening injury, and The Miz didn't have a reputation for being reckless or causing harm to other wrestlers. Overall, he's known for being a safe worker, which is an important trait in wrestling. Thank you, ChatGPT, for proving my point. And guess what? R-Truth wasn't upset about it because guess that was back in 2012. They are working together right now. So to me, I just look at it like this. And that's just talking to anybody that be wanting to sit around and criticize these wrestlers. You get into the ring and you carry on, or wrestle with them, and I guarantee and I promise you, you're gonna learn real quick that you do not have what it takes to be a wrestler, and you should not be sitting around criticizing wrestlers at their job. All right, then I'm like, them guys put their whole lives on the line trying to entertain you, and that's the thanks that they get. Nah, that's crazy. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.